Hello and welcome to Cheese, a Healthy Fruit, a podcast where two sisters reminisce on growing up in rural Wisconsin. I'm Cydel.
And I'm Jade. And I can't take anything seriously.
Today I am taking it back.
To OG recording.
Yes, I am taking it back to our OG days. When we used to go to Quick Trip and buy energy drinks.
Why did we do that, though?
Because we were recorded way late at night.
Yeah, like midnight.
Yeah. It was because our parents were asleep.
And they were so good at making noise.
Yeah.
They're like masters.
Yeah.
And they think we are good at being loud.
And now we just tell them to be quiet.
Yeah. We put up
signs
in the room that they're in.
Yeah. Energy drinks make me sick. Make me feel sick.
They give me headaches.
But I'm gonna drink this one, and then I'll probably never have one again.
Yeah.
This is the last one that was in the fridge.
Oh, that's been here this whole time?
Yeah. It says it expires in 2023, so we're good.
Oh, she better get going. Alright. Do we have anything to say at the beginning?
I don't.
Alright. So, I'm leaving this week, and Cydel is so nice to me.
Why? Because I told you that you needed to write down notes.
You told me that I sound like an idiot, which is true. But I like that about me. I just bullshit my way through everything, and I don't need notes.
I think the listeners can tell.
Oh, I think so too, but also, that's me.
Okay. Well,
you made me make notes, so I have notes this week.
Here, write a dissertation.
Oh my god.
This is, or, what is it? An application for grad school?
Well, we won't be doing that, so. Don't gotta worry about that. Alright, so this week I want to talk about why we talk like this.
Okay.
I bet you people have probably noticed. I bet you. That people have probably noticed that we have weird, like, turns of phrases, and, you know, we just sound weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like pronouncing your vowels like that?
What do you mean?
You don't think about it, do you? That's called accent, baby.
Yeah.
So, I want to talk about the fact that we are siblings. So, we're naturally going to have similar voices. Because we have similar speech influences. Yeah. We grew up with the same parents. We went to the same schools for the most part. During our, like, primary years of learning. So, we had our parents, we had our daycare, and then we had, like, roughly the same teachers for, like, the first, like, 5 years of elementary school.
No. We had the same teachers.
Until 4th grade.
It skipped 4th grade.
Oh.
And then I got your teacher as a long-term sub.
That's true!
For that year. Because my teacher had a baby.
Yeah, why'd she go have a baby?
And then, we were in the same, our middle school called it teams.
Yeah, there was, like, they split the grades in half.
Yeah.
So then they had 2 different clumps of, like, you would have this English teacher, and the other people on the other team would have the other one.
So we had the same teams every year except 8th grade.
You were on team 1?
Yes, I was.
I was on team 2 the whole freaking time.
I got my schedule and I stared at it. As I was like, how could I be on 8-1?
Yeah, you were just baffled that you could have a different teacher.
Yeah, that could be on a different team, because I thought it would be the same all the way.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, because, like, most sibling sets that I know, that didn't happen.
No.
Like, or they intentionally put them on opposite teams.
Mm-hmm.
Or it seemed that way. I'm pretty sure it's all random.
Yeah, but also, the middle school like, teachers. There were a lot more teachers.
Yeah.
So there was also a lot more opportunity for them to be different. So I think we still had different teachers, but just because there were teachers that left and teachers that came, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, biological siblings have very similar speech patterns typically, especially when they spend time together.
Mm-hmm.
We are relatively close.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of have been for a while, except for when I was 12, because fuck you. Puberty hit me hard, and it said, I hate Cydel. I mean, you were like,
you hated
8, 9.
Yeah.
I found you incredibly annoying.
I mean, actually, everybody else in my life found me incredibly stinky.
That's because you had your bi-weekly bath. Oh, excuse me, bi-monthly bath.
And I thought I was cool when I wore my sweatshirt all the way through gym.
Yeah. And then wore that same sweatshirt the next day.
Oh, no, wore it.
And then
for the next month.
Yeah. And your mom was like, well, I can't make her get in the bathtub.
Yeah.
But she tried her hardest.
But my stinky phase was short, at least.
Yeah. I'm just stinky all the time.
After 5th grade, I realized that I should shower, and I started to do it.
Oh my god, is that all you have to do? You just have to start showering? You gotta just do it? Oh my god, this is a Nike ad.
Okay, but can we talk about middle school?
No, we can't talk about middle school. I am choosing
and
to forget middle
how
school.
hard it is to remember to wear deodorant.
Oh yeah, when you're first introduced to deodorant?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could never be a middle school teacher because I'd be like, oh, god. Like, I need spray deodorant in my room so I can just be like, arms up.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's so hard to remember, and like you would forget, and then you'd feel self-conscious the entire day. It really was painful, and you didn't carry it around with you because you were a middle schooler.
Oh yeah, like
middle
you had one, and it's maybe on your nightstand or in the bathroom or in the crack between your bed and the wall, or like on the floor under your bed.
And like if you really are lucky and have your shit together, you maybe brought one to school and put it in the gym locker room.
Yeah.
In your gym locker. Of course, some girls brought their stinkiest perfumes and put them in their gym lockers.
Yeah.
And so the locker room smelled awful because it was just a bunch of perfumes mixing.
I can't believe they have the gym teachers' offices inside of
the
locker rooms. I would die. I would physically die. Like, my nose would shrivel up and climb inside of my body.
Mm-hmm.
Are you picturing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about, like, they put them in there so that they can watch the children and make sure that they're not, fucking around. Yeah, they have to be supervised.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really, wish that the gym teachers could have offices that are not attached, like the next room over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then also, like, if they still need to supervise the children, they now have to sit in a chair in the corner, which is maybe worse.
Creepier,
so
yeah, it's creepier. It's better if you're just sitting in your office, like, doing stuff, like typing on your computer, even if you're just typing, how do I get this smell out of my office? Into Google.
Yeah. I'm sure they can't actually have the door closed. I mean, either.
To their office?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
When children are in there.
Yeah, no.
So, I was like, you could close the door. That would maybe help, but it's moot.
They're also always in, like, the worst ventilation places. Like, there is no ventilation.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're more interior than the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
there's no need for windows, so why would you put it?
Cydel, can I talk about what we came here to talk about? You made me make notes, and now you're
middle school.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm ready.
Are you sure? Okay, so
you brought up middle school. You did it.
That's it. Okay, so our primary influences were obviously our parents. Another set of primary influences are our extended family members who we saw a lot.
Yeah.
Then daycare providers. Mm-hmm. So for some people this is interchangeable, where their grandparent is their daycare provider. Mm-hmm. Our cousins. It could be your... Why are you looking like that?
We have cousins whose grandparents are their daycare providers?
Yeah, on your mom's side.
Oh? Did Grandma and Grandpa babysit?
Yeah, for the middle ones.
Oh. Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew that they obviously saw them more because they live closer.
Oh yeah, no, that was their babysitter.
Huh.
That's Grandma.
Huh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And then Grandpa was off farming.
Crazy. Okay. I don't know anything.
And then, members of similar groups. So, if your family's part of, a church group or, recreations or anything, if you see them frequently enough, they're going to have an impact on your, language and how it develops.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was just thinking about the kids that learn to swear at a young age,
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely caused by, their parents and the other adults in their lives. Mm-hmm. So if your parents have, maybe your parents, when they had you, reined in their swearing.
Yeah.
But they didn't check their friends' swearing. Yeah. And so the friends just continued to swear around their kids. Mm-hmm. And then the kids were like, Uncle Bobby does it.
Yeah. Well, my next point is actually that our parents intentionally raised us with the type of linguistic influences that they thought would be best. So yeah. They intentionally, they insisted upon speaking clear English, quote unquote. So they wanted to make sure that we got the most, adult-like speech. Mm-hmm. Which, from, a linguistic, first language acquisition standpoint, it's not horrible, but it's not any better than, doing, the natural baby talk that comes out of, an adult human when they're talking to a baby. Because that tends to be more high-pitched and clearer. So, when you talk to, a cat or a dog or something, you go, oh, she's so good baby. Uh-huh. When you talk to a, human baby, you're like, oh, look at this so cute little baby.
Okay.
So.
I mean, some people still, slurs.
Some people do slur, yes. But most people, when they are... Why did you...
I was thinking about my biggest pet peeve, baby talk word.
You gonna share?
Sorry.
Sorry. Can you say sorry?
No.
Cydel says, the fuck not.
I hate that word. And it's attached to someone who was a toxic presence in my life. Mm. So I hated when they said it. Yeah. And now I hate it more because that reminds me of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. So our parents decided that they were going to use adult-like speech and no contractions. So, they
Wait, really?
Yeah, they didn't use, don't, didn't.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's, they would say she is.
Huh.
So they intentionally changed how they spoke so that we would get as much of, the pure linguistic standpoint.
Yes.
However, it doesn't harm your child if you're using contractions. It just kind of, lets them know that, okay, this thing and these two words might fall into the same, category somehow. Because they're slowly going to figure it out either way.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So your linguistics education has taught you that those things don't actually matter.
They're not necessary, no.
Even though, parenting stuff always says, like, you know, to not use baby talk.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, and I think some of that is, like, lines that are getting crossed, where, like, they're trying to say, don't say sorry to your little baby.
Yeah.
They mean, like, you can talk like this when you're talking to the so sweet baby, but you can't talk like this when you talk to the so sweet baby. They're not going to understand.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. For literally everyone, your ear holes are burning. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I think that's where, like, the lines are getting crossed, because baby talk and baby talk with animals are two different things.
I guess. Huh.
And typically, most people, like, naturally it sets in when you see a baby.
Yeah.
They go, oh, hello, and you talk, like, higher, but you also talk clearer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So test it out if you've got a baby anywhere. If somebody in the mall has a baby, please do not approach people with babies. But just, like, if you see, like a pull up a picture of a random baby on Google Images and see how you would talk to it. And tell it, your parents think you're beautiful. You're just a baby. You're kind of squishy and you're pink. They're all a little bit red, and I like that.
Babies?
Yeah.
I guess. You were a little yellow.
Oh my god, I was jaundiced. Thank you. That's why I can't join the military. Oh, darn.
Because you were jaundiced? Sorry, you can't join
as a baby. Yeah. Well, and I'm fat, so.
Yeah, but I didn't know that jaundice was
yeah, if you had any medical issues that were, like, serious medical problems, even if it was when you were a baby. So if you had a heart murmur, you didn't have a heart murmur if you wanted to join the military.
Yes. I know
like,
that.
Even if it's healed, like, you didn't have asthma if you want to join the military.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had exercise-induced asthma.
Asthma.
Sucks to your asthma. Why do I always say that, like, in a southern accent when they're, like, British?
I don't know.
And my brain just always goes, sucks to your ass more.
Yeah. I guess I never actually, I don't think I read that book in an English accent. You know? I read the book. But I don't think I imagined the characters even having English accents. I understood that they were English, but I read them with American accents.
That's fair.
Whereas, like...
That's your influence.
Yeah. I mean, Harry Potter, I have to kind of force it. I have to still force it to be like, they're British. Remember, they're talking like British people, not like Americans. But also I have to... Sometimes I have
Weasley.
I have to intentionally think of, like, this is a female voice versus this is a male voice. Whereas, you know, so that I'm not just reading it all in my voice.
Rubius Hagrid. Albus Dumbledore. I hope you have fun with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably will. Anyway.
Okay, so...
Snape.
Hold on.
Snape.
Oh my god.
Severus Snape.
Dumbledore. Okay, so the language doesn't necessarily matter as much as, like, the culture that comes with the language.
Okay.
So there are some cultures where they don't directly speak to the baby.
Oh.
So they will speak for the child, but they won't speak to the child. If that makes sense.
Like, when they're alone with the child, they'll speak for it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, when you're having a conversation, quote-unquote, with a baby who can't speak, you usually fill in both sides of the linguistic role, and that helps them learn what kind of response they should have. So when you're, like, talking them through their daily routine, like, now we're gonna put the socks on. Can you lift up your feet? Yes, Mommy, I can. Look. Oh, so good. Look at you.
Uh-huh.
That sort of thing, when you're playing both roles in the conversation, helps them learn what kind of responses are appropriate.
Okay.
In certain situations, just like when we're learning... Well, not exactly like when we're learning a second language.
Yeah.
It's very similar. It's not quite the same because we are starting with a biased point of view, as in the Midwestern American English was our biased point of view.
Yes.
When we started learning other languages.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, but they would say, like, wie geht's? Es geht mir gut. Like, they wouldn't just say one side of it and expect you to figure out what the other side is.
Yeah, no, you have basically a whole conversation with yourself from both perspectives.
Uh-huh.
I forget what cultures exactly, but some cultures, they will talk to, like, they don't talk to children until they can speak.
Uh-huh.
So they talk around the children, but they don't directly look them in the eye and say, "Hi, Kendall." Like, you know, they don't say, "Hi, Kendall, what do you want to do today?"
Uh-huh.
You know, they don't talk like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
I gotta figure out where the hell I am because I just skipped a whole bunch of stuff.
Did you?
Well, I filled it in by myself because this was the list you made me make. Was my natural flow, and now I'm trying to figure out where I am in my natural flow.
Yeah.
So you and I, for instance, were raised by the same parents.
Yep.
We were the same parental unit. It's not like we're half siblings or anything.
Yes.
So we had the same influences.
Uh-huh.
So there is one difference between us. Do you know what it is?
Age.
There's a lot of differences between us, but I mean linguistic influence. It's looking at you.
Oh, you?
Me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, when you were learning language, I was also learning language. So, I was roughly 3 also.
Shitless for a second there.
It's like the hacker that's inside my skin.
What's looking at me?
That's like that brown bear book.
Checking the freaking blanket. Wait.
No, it's me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm glad I could scare you, though.
Yeah, so I didn't influence myself, but you influenced me, and you didn't influence.
I mean, okay, so you influence yourself
the same
a little
way.
bit, but not, like, in the way that someone who is a, like, native X language speaker.
Uh-huh.
Because you don't have a native language yet. You're building yours.
Yes.
So, like, you learn, like, if, like, with CODAs, children of deaf adults, excuse me.
Okay.
Sometimes they struggle with, like, babbling because it doesn't get a response. Because their parents don't hear it.
Yeah.
So they kind of just, they shut down. But our parents responded to that. So we learn this gets their attention.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to keep playing with my voice and trying to work on it. So a lot of CODA people, they have to, like, have outside resources to actually get the proper, I don't even know if proper is the right word, but the kind of...
To get help?
The kind of hearing person response that most babies thrive off of. But that also means that, like, deaf babies, if they can't hear themselves, they will also stop babbling with their mouths.
Okay.
They will start babbling with their hands.
Ah.
So they start making different signs, and they'll, like, just use their fingers and figure out what things are. That happens also with CODAs.
Okay.
So they will sit and they will babble with their hands, and their parents, if they are, like, in the CODA situation, they will sign back.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby goes, aha, that thing works.
That is language, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They go, haha, I can get their attention if I do this.
Yes.
Whereas a baby who cannot hear themselves, and they're not getting a response from the babbling, they kind of, like, it's a little stagnant for a little while.
Okay.
Typically. So that's how we end up with adults who know a written language because that was taught to them. So they can, like, write and everything, but their spoken language, which I'm using spoken in, like, conversational between one another, I include sign languages as a quote-unquote spoken language.
Okay.
They're more stunted in that. So there are people who don't have a native language because they never formed the proper native language, like, basis that they needed to in that conversational way.
Interesting.
So, like, in Africa with the deaf schools, there was a lot of people who knew a lot of home sign, so they had different signs for different things, but it was all inside of their family unit. So they could tell their family members, like, I'm sad, I'm thirsty, you hungry? Like, these sort of things. But it's not as well-rounded as an actual sign language. So, that's what I know about sign languages.
Okay.
I don't know. I really went off on a tangent there. Yeah, okay, so I was added to your primary socialization circle.
Yes.
Because I was around and we shared a room, so...
You didn't ignore me when I was a baby?
I'm pretty sure I couldn't. I'm pretty sure your parents threw away the baby monitor that they had and they just used me, because then I would come into the room and be like, she's crying. I want to sleep.
I do love that your parents went, she's old enough to not be in our bedroom. Let's put her with her sister. I don't know, actually, did they even have me in the bedroom for a period of time? Yeah. They must have. Okay.
Yeah, they used the bassinet for a little while.
Yeah.
But then once you were sleeping more regularly, you removed.
Yeah. It just seems quick.
Well, I mean, it's all really quick when it's babies. Babies grow fast.
Yes. Yeah.
Like my baby. My little kitten is so big.
Yeah.
He's huge. So I spoke about how we went to the same preschool. So there's a lot of times when we would have the same influences where, like, if someone had a certain mannerism or if they always used a specific phrase for something, we would pick that up.
Yeah.
So, like, one thing we reversed did that back to them was your father with amputation. Because a lot of them were like, excuse me, you are too. And we're like, do you have to amputate it? Why was that British? I don't even know.
I was gonna ask.
We were British when we were small.
Our parents, they didn't use contractions and they also used English accents.
So we had proper English. I am so sorry for what
as evidenced by our butchered English accents.
Oh, 1000%, yeah. And another thing, you can tell I have ADHD. I'm sorry. I have not, like, okay, so I have that test, right, that you're supposed to fill out. Like, you check the boxes of, like, okay, well, I have this problem, that, like, are common in ADHD. I haven't finished it. I got halfway because I was really excited. And then I got bored. I was like, ooh, this is kind of cool. And then I got bored, and I haven't touched it in a month and a half.
Okay.
So I can't carry a story in a straight line. So we're just going to talk about our parents. So Christine and Milton were raised in two different areas.
Yes.
Christine was raised in Fillmore County in Minnesota. So she had a rural Minnesotan upbringing. And then Milton was raised in Buffalo County and in Racine County.
Yes.
So he kind of had both the, like, rural and the urban. However, the, like, more urban, like, speech patterns and stuff didn't happen until later. So you may have noticed I said Racine County. And if you're from Wisconsin and you're from Racine County, you call it Racine.
Yes.
Our father, when he moved there, who art in heaven, sorry. Our Father.
Lord,
he's not dead.
Father
God.
Lord Father God.
I just wanted the Lord Father.
We just asked that you God Lord Father. That's Joey Aiello. Check him out. No, Joey Aiello is also from Racine County.
And we're, like, related to him by marriage.
Yeah.
Really cool. We learned that when we went on vacation to Branson, Missouri.
Yeah. No, actually after, but...
It was after, that is correct. We went to a wedding and saw his mother there and went, What the fuck?
No, we asked beforehand. I think we talked to our uncle. Dad talked to our uncle about it, and he said, "Oh, my ex-wife was an ILO."
Honestly, I think they may have figured out while they were in Branson. Because my dad was talking about how... Because he talked about how his dad was a Racine cop.
Well, yes. That was how we figured he had I think we found out that he had a connection with... Joy Aiello's father had a connection with our uncle, who is not the one that is attached to the Aiello family, but the one that is... But our father's brother, yes, who is a police officer.
Yes, which the other one is by marriage.
Yes, because they were police. Yeah, he was a police officer. Joy Aiello's father.
Yeah, and our uncle.
Yes.
He's a professor now, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
He teaches police officers.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah. Yeah, so what were we saying?
I was mentioning where
our
parents
father
were raised. Yes, our father.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yes. So our mom naturally has a Minnesotan accent. It's not insane. It's not like oh yeah, that people assume for like the Yooper, which is Upper Peninsula, if you aren't in the Midwest, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Mm-hmm. Or like that like northern Minnesotan, Canadian kind of sounding accent. Mm-hmm. Which also I think is quite interesting because a lot of times when I hear people who are indigenous peoples, they have the strongest Minnesotan, Canadian accents.
Yeah.
Because I think they have just such close-knit groups.
Yes.
So it just kind of, it spirals.
Yes.
But I'm not saying every Native person either.
No.
I'm just saying that the people who have the best examples of these that I can think of are Native.
I feel like some of the... I'm talking out of my ass here, but some of the...
That's all we do.
In the southern part of Minnesota, thinking about our family members, the, like, vowel sounds that are kind of lower tend to be accentuated versus the, like, hard... Like, it's not that the nasally sound is missing more. It's not as heavy in that end. But when they're down here, I can't.
When you have that O, it's really far back, whereas the A is closer to the front of your mouth. So it's not necessarily that it's deeper. It's just
that's
the
what
depth in your throat.
That's what I meant. Okay. Yes.
How far it is in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I hear it when it's like that O vowel.
Oh,
I hear
yeah.
And also, Dad growing up in Buffalo County and then going to school at Winona State.
Yes.
Discovered that there was an accent from Buffalo County.
But it wasn't his accent.
No, he didn't have it.
Yes.
A buddy of his had it.
Yeah.
And the girls were going crazy for this guy's accent. And he's like, what accent?
Yeah. Like, oh my god, where are you from? Your accent is so sexy.
Yeah.
And he's
I'm from right across the river.
Yeah, literally. Like, you could throw a stone and hit my mother in the head. Like,
yes.
So one word that I noticed that our parents say differently, which is also just something that, like, you're socialized to say, but our mom says bye. She'll add that sound. Yeah. And her mom tends to add in sounds as well. Yeah. So, like, our grandmother, it's always wash your hands. Yeah. Wash your hands. It's really fast, so you don't really, like, notice it. It's not like we're in the South and we're washing our hands. Mm-hmm. We're just washing our hands. Yeah. So... I don't know why. But then our dad just says bye. When he says bye, he doesn't add the bye. Mm-hmm. Which could also be a gender difference there. Because our mom was raised, like, in that, like, feminine, like, kinder, lighter presenting nature, whereas our father was, you know, a farmer's son.
Well, yeah, both of them were farmers' children.
Yes.
And both of the families, I believe, worked in a fairly gendered way, where the boys were outside and the girls were inside. Mm-hmm. And I think it also has to do with probably, like, the way that their family sizes ended up. Mm-hmm. There ended up being more boys than girls. Yes. If there were more girls, the girls probably would have to help with the outside chores more.
Yeah,
but because
it just landed in the quote-unquote perfect way for them.
There's,
like, to split it like that.
One girl with mom to help her. That's so easy. And a couple of guys to help dad. Yeah. Like, that makes it really easy to divide it up.
Yeah.
You know? You're not like, it's you know, it's not like there's 3 girls chasing mom around.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of that, though.
Yeah.
There are some ways that our extended families influenced us that I have noticed.
Okay.
With our father's sister.
Uh-huh.
And her husband. They used to say you people.
Okay.
And it would bother me just because for some reason, like, I hated the fact that, like, it was kind of othering, you know?
Okay.
So when you say you people, you're like, well, not me, you.
Yes.
You know? Which they were referring to, like, our family. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you guys.
Yes.
Which is what I would say.
Yes.
But now I say you people to them.
Oh.
So when I'm talking about their family unit, I'll say you people.
Yeah.
And if I get closer with, like, some people, I will say you people.
Yeah.
If I'm talking about, like, a generalized group.
Yeah.
But I always, like, I only do it in the situations where I know that the people are going to understand that's what I mean. Mm-hmm. Because that phrase can be misconstrued or fully intended in a bad way.
Yes. Are you going to talk about the certain words that our grandparents use?
For?
Well, you were just on the phone with Grandma.
No, don't talk about that. I'm going to talk about that.
Okay. And then also, when Mom asked Grandpa if he wanted to go to the bathroom.
Oh my god, I will talk about that because that shit was confusing as hell. Okay.
Yeah.
So our Minnesotan grandparents, they called lunch dinner, and the evening meal is supper.
Yes.
So,
but they do use lunch.
Occasionally, yes.
For what? What does lunch mean? It's not the second meal. It's a mid-morning snack.
Oh my god, okay.
It's lunch. So it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and supper.
Okay, well, I forgot that lesson that our grandfather taught us.
Yeah.
So I'm used to your grandmother, though, because we only had 3 meals when we were with Grandma.
Yes.
It would be breakfast, dinner, and then supper.
Yes. But that's what, you know, because working on a farm.
You have to fuel a lot.
You have to have, and breakfast is so early because milking happens at like 5 in the morning. Yeah. So you have breakfast way freaking early, and then dinner is at noon. Mm-hmm. That's like 7 hours between that. So much time. So you would have to have lunch when you're done milking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, this like whole added titles for times of eating means that lunch can be lunch, dinner, or supper, depending on who I'm talking to.
It's true. And
then, like, the later meal is literally interchangeably between dinner and supper all the time.
Yes.
Like, I switch it all the time.
Well, like, and like our family in Wisconsin, they go on breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes.
But then supper is fancy dinner.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you were to have a dinner that was just fancier for some reason.
Yeah, like if we went and we like all sat down and had like courses to our meals, not just like fancy. So like not just like the normal, so it'd be fancier.
Yeah.
Like there's intended, like we're eating together with a purpose, not just eating together because we all need to eat.
Yes.
So like for birthdays or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
or Thanksgiving.
Oh my god, your freaking grandfather. So, listen, our grandpa lives in our backyard. I don't know if we've covered this, but it is relevant. Our mom, Christine, and I were over there. We help him clean it because he's just an old man, so, you know, cleaning gets a little bit over his head.
Mm-hmm.
So we were helping him clean, and he was hanging out in the kitchen. And I was getting ready to mop in the kitchen. Mom was getting ready to clean the bathroom. Mom comes out and she goes, "Do you need to use the Biffy?" And I went, "What the fuck?" My grandfather, without skipping a beat, goes, "No, I should be good for a while." I'm like, "What the fuck is a Biffy?" Like, what the hell? So I went, hold on. What? So then he explained it to me. And then later, as I was cleaning the kitchen, I decided to ask Grandpa if he would like a snack. So I asked him if he was a little bit peckish.
Oh.
And he went, "What?" And I was like, "You know Biffy, but you don't know peckish?" Like, I was so fucking confused. I had no idea what was going on. I was like, what universe did I just land in? And my mom, our mother, I always say my mom, your mom.
Well, yeah, you said my dad very, like, clearly earlier, or strongly, and I was kind of feeling,
we have the same parents.
For the first time in, like, ever, I actually felt like he wasn't my father, because of the way that you said it. You know, like, I thought that it really felt like you were really claiming him as your own.
I don't even know why I would do that. I love you guys. Anyway. Do you have more examples? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When I was at Rockfest recently, our aunt and uncle and cousins were there as well. And on our mother's side.
Yes.
And
so Minnesotans.
Yes. So our aunt said the Biffies. So, yeah. I was like, she calls them Biffies too.
I'm pretty sure a Biffy is like a type of porta potty.
Yes.
I think
she was referring to the porta potties.
Okay,
there.
I think that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Do you have any other examples, or can I move on?
No, I think that was it. I mean,
okay. Of course there are more
also
things.
Like, I was thinking about the I always get it confused where the colloquialism is with water fountain
and
bubbler, and isn't there another one?
Drinking fountain.
Yeah, I guess.
Water fountain, bubbler, and drinking fountain.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know Dad, you know, with all his jumping around, he went somewhere and they called it, I think they called it a bubbler. And he's like, "I'm not going to the bubbler."
No, that was his first day of cross country.
Yes.
He went, "I don't know what a bubbler is, but I guess I'll just follow and figure out." Because they were going to the bubbler and then they'd turn around.
Yes.
So all the kids started taking off and he's like, "The fuck? Like, what is that?" So we've always known. Some people, when they call it a water fountain,
yes,
you can call it a water fountain, in my opinion, the thing that you drink out of.
Yes.
However, some people are very adamant that is the drinking fountain, because a water fountain is the thing that you have outside in a park.
Yes.
Like, you don't drink out of that. Birds poop in that.
Yeah.
And then some people are like, "The fuck is a bubbler?"
Yeah.
And the reason it's called that is because it bubbles the water up.
Yep.
And actually, fun fact, that isn't just in Wisconsin. There's also, I believe, in either New York or Pennsylvania, there's an area where people use that.
Yes.
Which is more prevalent than that one little southern corner.
Yeah, it seems to be that, like, yeah, I would expect there to be pockets of these terms throughout the country, because there's weird pockets throughout the state with
true.
These terms, you know.
Yeah.
So,
you and I were further influenced by another thing a little later in life. Do you know what it is?
These rag things, I don't know.
I like making you uncomfortable because in your face does that, and it's beautiful.
What was there? What did we do? Okay. I'm trying to think that we have people come into our lives.
Non-climber.
Oh, okay.
So, when I was in middle school, I was introduced to foreign languages, and later, when Cydel joined middle school, the same thing happened.
What was the one, the last week when I mentioned Georg Tobias Ludwig Sachs?
Yes.
I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly because it is like mixed. I feel like it's very much a mixture of German and American English that I'm saying.
Yes, like if you gave that to someone who only spoke American English, they would pronounce that differently.
Yes,
and
they would definitely say.
Only spoke German, they would say it differently.
Yeah, I think that I have no idea how a German person would properly say it, but I think an American person would say George Tobias Ludwig Sachs.
I would say Tobias.
Tobias?
Yeah, that's how I thought Tobias's name was pronounced in, like, the...
That's correct. I don't understand Tobias. I first saw it in Divergent,
yeah,
and I had a hard-ass time with that name. And when someone actually said it correctly, I was like, yeah, I don't like it. Like, no wonder you went by 4.
Oh,
It's not good. It's not a good name.
Carlisle in Twilight. I'm moving on now.
You mean Carlisle? Okay, but I also couldn't absolutely love Gregor the Overlander, not the Hunger Games. I love the Hunger Games, but that's not my favorite. Suzanne Collins, who I said Suzanne Collins because I knew of Twilight. I don't think I had actually read it yet.
Stephanie Meyer, but you're ruining everything.
But Lord, I watched all the movies.
Oh yeah.
So
no, I got those movies. I got like 3 of them one Christmas, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
You taught me to be attracted to abs.
Hold on, I freaking love the first Twilight movie. It is written so well, and like it was created so well, and then they got so big box office-y so quickly.
Yeah.
Because that first one kind of had a little bit of like an indie movie vibe that it was like supposed to have.
Yeah.
Of course, it was still a bigger budget production, but it felt rawer to me, and I am so sorry for this random critique of the Twilight films. But then after that, it just got really like, this is a blockbuster movie, you know?
Yes.
And I didn't like
that. I mean, it really got intense at the end.
There's a possibility.
Okay. My favorite song from the Twilight series is the one that I don't even actually know the name of the song, but the one, and like, I think actually, I think I've listened to the whole song, but this snippet is just my favorite one.
House.
Now I'm a... No, okay, shush, you messed me up. Now I'm a fat house cat. It's like, and then losing she goes, my soul.
Yeah, there we go. It just deteriorates slowly, but we know fat house cat.
They only played, it's only that short section.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the wedding when they were...
Wedding?
Yeah.
They played it during the prom, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why they played it again. But I always think I really noticed it.
Also, did you hear my voice just crack like I'm a prepubescent teenage boy?
Well, yeah. But that would make sense actually. That's cute why they made it the postlude or whatever you call procession out.
Just church things.
Yeah. I haven't worked any weddings in a while, so I don't remember exactly the terms. But anyway, they made it that, so they kissed during it.
Yeah.
And there's a nice, like, spinny scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that came out of this whole German thing.
Okay.
Well, I didn't even get to start on the whole German thing. Real sidetrack. German came into our lives. Mm-hmm. So... I started calling our mom Mutti. Mutti.
Correct.
Correct. Now we call her that because she doesn't answer to Christine or mom or mother or mom, mommy, anything. She will literally ignore us.
She believes that there are too many moms and there are too many Christines in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So any old kid could be calling their mom or Christine in the Walmart, and she is not gonna turn around for that shit.
No. But when we say Mooty, she's like, oh, that's me. So she just has fully abandoned her given name and just been like, my name is Mooty.
Yes.
So we call her Mooty, and then I will call...
I think that your mom tried to, like, kind of, you know, she really tried to catch some of the German, you know?
Yeah.
So I think she was trying to support us.
Well, she tries a little bit too hard with some things.
Mm-hmm. So skates?
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't understand when we said los skates to each other.
Which means let's go.
We also watched Ponyo, and there's a
Ponyo, fishy in the sea. She's a little fish with a round tummy.
The boy, his name is Sosuke.
Mm-hmm.
So she just kind of combined them.
Yeah, she heard them about the same time, and she decided that they were the same thing.
Yeah.
So skates.
And
it took us a really long time to figure out what the fuck she was talking about. We were like, so skates?
Yeah.
Like, what?
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, I've used Potty with your father too. Sometimes he responds to that better.
Yeah.
I just call him a ton of things until he actually pays attention.
I call him Dad. Because then he goes, Dad.
That's true.
So then, of course, once you reached middle school and you started to learn more German, we tried to have quote-unquote conversations in German.
Yeah.
So that kind of influenced our language even more. Like, there's certain things, like, our family, we had a great aunt and uncle who went to Rudesheim.
Oh,
and
Rudesheim?
Rudesheim.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, I also...
Before they left. Then they came back and they went, no, it's Rudesheim. And I was like, I could have told you that. But I would have said Rudesheim.
Yes. Yeah. Like I say, Frankfurt am Main.
Yeah.
Not Frankfurt.
Frankfurt feels like I'm talking about the hot dogs.
Yes. And then also, I don't say Munich either. I say München. Because I think it's a lot prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to agree, and it took me so long to connect those two dots.
And I was calling Berlin.
Yeah.
For a while, because I thought it made me cooler.
But that's the thing. It's really stuffy when you're like, oh yeah, I went to Berlin, and I was in Deutschland. And you're like, like talking like that. It's like when people come back from Paris. And they eat a croissant. And they're like really into it.
Papier mâché.
Or when we learned the word for water.
Oh.
In the McDonald's, we went, oh. After we learned that the word for water in French is oh.
And then felt stupid because we know Eau Claire.
Yeah, Eau Claire exists.
What? We
literally have family that lives there. And
Eau Claire. What does Eau Claire mean? Clear water.
Oh, we just looked at each other and went, oh.
I think I even had to, the word popped up, and I had to listen to the pronunciation.
Yep. We Google translated in the middle of that McDonald's.
Yes, we did.
We just wanted some water, and this poor boy was like, what?
Well, no, we first ordered the Evian.
Yes.
Because that was the
brand
bottle. And then I tried to learn the words so that I could ask for another bottle of water. And so we were upstairs. There were 2 floors to this McDonald's.
Oh yeah, she's fancy.
We were in the seating area, so we were away.
Chairs, but she's fancy.
Yeah, we were away from the people
at the counter.
Yeah. So, but I was like, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna ask for a bottle of water. So I said, bouteille eau? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, Evian.
She's so fucking defeated. She's just like, I just want an Evian, please.
Yeah.
What was the sound that just came out?
There was also the poor man at Disneyland Paris where they have to learn English.
Yeah.
You know. Disneyland. Did I say Disneyland France?
No,
Disneyland Paris. Okay, good. But he was a German speaker, so they didn't understand him. But we were able to help him a little bit. You guys were. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Me and the other 2 Americans who were studying German abroad.
Yeah. I was gonna say something else. I feel like. Well, okay, so. You were gonna say that what you called me as well.
Oh yeah, I call you Kleine.
Yeah.
Which Kleine is of like the feminine version of small.
Yeah.
Because you were my little sister, so I call you Kleine.
Mm-hmm.
Which then I like in my American accent say Kleine.
Yeah.
So
I also purposely, when I started German in 8th grade. Wanted to incorporate German into my everyday language. So the way that I did that is I stopped saying the word hi or hello and started saying hallo. Which is not that different. But also, I mean, people could understand me then and they just assumed I said hello.
Yeah.
And I just said it weird. People understood me and I could speak German. But also, like, the easiest word, I got it down pat, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Are we ready for your segment? Because there's a Burger King calling my name. So.
I guess.
Okay.
So, I was thinking that we could do some city highlights.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Like Wisconsin cities?
Yep. Learn a little bit about Wisconsin cities. So, I brought up a list of all of the cities in Wisconsin and towns, and I had Jade pick a number. She picked 351.
Yes, off of the serial number on the box of the TV that my TV came in. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak today.
Yeah. Which is Menomonee Falls.
Hey, okay. That's a relatively familiar name.
Yeah.
Tell me about Menomonee Falls.
So, Menomonee Falls is located northwest of Milwaukee.
Okay.
So, you went to school in Milwaukee.
I
This
did.
is probably why it's very familiar to you. It is the largest village in Wisconsin.
Ooh, it's a village. The village of Menomonee Falls.
Yes. Not a town, not a city, a village.
Not an incorporation.
Yep, not an incorporation. Residents call it the Falls.
Ooh, like how Wisconsin Dells residents and like everyone else calls it the Dells.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But also, there's like, I want to say like Black River Falls?
Yeah. People drop falls. They say Black River.
Oh, okay. So it goes the opposite way.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what if everything is just the falls?
Yeah.
That reminds me of Gravity Falls. Anywho.
Menomonee Falls was named for the Menomonee River, which crosses diagonally through the northeast corner of the village.
Okay.
So, and this is where settling first began in Menomonee Falls.
Along the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, then spread southwest. Because it's really fast growing.
Okay.
A little village. Sorry.
Excuse you. You were about to say town.
But it still maintains a quiet character and a high quality of life.
Sounds like a lot of white people. I'm sorry.
I mean, possibly. Because it's being so close to Milwaukee, kind of like a suburb of Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's just, I'm so used to people, like, using language like that in, like, a racially motivated way. So they're like,
That's true.
it's not very good. Like, there's not, like, a small town atmosphere. Because there's people with different color skin.
Yeah.
And there's flavor at the restaurants.
Black people can only live in the inner city.
That is not our official stance, by the way.
No, that is my interpretation of it doesn't have a small town feel.
Yeah.
The translation.
Yeah.
So if black people leave the inner city, it's now the inner city where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I got information, a lot of my information from the Town Square Publications Menomonee Falls Chamber of Commerce Incorporated.
Ooh, so straight from
Yes.
Nice.
And this article was a little old, from 2013.
Okay, so it's almost been a whole last decade.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's, some of the language might be kind of, strange, because it is older.
Yeah, it's more dated.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry also if some of the information is outdated as well. This was where I got the majority of the information.
Yeah.
It was just a very big well of information. It seems like
there
just haven't been as many updates to other places either.
Yeah.
Not this website, not other websites. So, but it is from the Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. So it was straight from the mouths of someone.
Yeah.
From Menomonee Falls at some point.
Yeah.
Access to expressways and the proximity to Milwaukee makes Menomonee Falls attractive to new residents.
Yeah, you're not in the middle of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Probably far less traffic.
Yeah. As well as excellent schools, fine churches, quality health care, abundant parks, wildlife areas, beautiful homes, abundant recreation, and prosperous industrial and business facilities. So there's a lot for new residents.
Yeah.
There was a lot of come work here,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, because you're also right by Milwaukee, so if somebody's transferring for a job and then you find one in Menomonee Falls, you have a shorter commute, and then your partner would have a longer commute, but you at least have the availability of jobs without having to also look in the city and try to figure out where the hell you're going to work.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It is also within a close proximity to many technical colleges and colleges.
There's a lot in Milwaukee, so I'm going to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is correct.
Yeah, I think that's where most of them are, is in Milwaukee.
Yeah, there's like a couple, I know there's UW campuses that are like UW extensions, so they're extensions of a bigger campus. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's one that's closer to them than it is to Milwaukee, but it's a Milwaukee one. Milwaukee extension. Because Milwaukee has two different extensions. Yeah.
And is it Marquette?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. There's also, oh my god, what is the one that's all women?
Oh.
Yeah,
Carthage
also.
Carthage.
That's not Carthage, though.
Not Carthage. Is that one in the Milwaukee area?
Carthage?
Yeah.
It's near, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna remember it.
Okay. The Arts in Menomonee Falls.
Okay.
The Falls Patio Players is a community theater group that performs several comedies, dramas, and musicals every year.
I love that. We love a good not musical theater, oh my god. Strong local theater.
Yes. And they also put on many concerts highlighting local musicians.
Very nice.
There's the Menomonee Falls Public Library, which had many resources, especially back in 2013.
Oh, yeah. They had popping.
Yeah. They seem to be on the times,
Yeah. At least in 2013.
Internet access,
They have a fax machine.
I'm sure they did.
That's how you get to my heart.
And DVDs.
For renting?
I'm sure. Or for checking out.
For borrowing.
Yeah, for borrowing.
Look at you. Oh my god.
At our local library had DVDs and VHSs.
I know, I'm just being dramatic.
Okay. I know you watched a lot of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh my god. And we also
I think that was a VHS, right?
There were VHS tapes at our school's library.
You're correct, yeah.
And
you checked those ones out?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
I got a video of manatees And I watched it every single morning.
What?
For the period that I had it rented out.
I never saw this.
Probably because it was a VHS. And you were born in 2002.
So you're saying it was before I was born or when I was very young?
It was when you were very young. Like, it was, like, probably 2003 when I was doing this. But
in kindergarten?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I love the manatees. I don't know why. Somebody called them sea cows, and I went, yes. I will have 10,000, please.
I loved owls. I got to check out one of their puppets that are for teachers only for a science fair project on owls.
Ooh, so look at you.
Our teacher checked out a snowy owl for me. The head swiveled.
That's so cool.
It was awesome, yeah. And I believe a badger for another kid. Yeah. There are 16 village parks encompassing more than 250 acres of parkland.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
They are equipped with play areas, walking areas and trails, baseball and softball diamonds, soccer and football fields, picnic areas, volleyball and tennis courts, horseshoe pits, a band shell, and winter ice skating rinks.
Okay.
So not everyone has, probably a band shell and the ice skating rinks.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But I said this says winter ice skating rinks. It sounds like there are at least 2 parks with rinks.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, you've got to check out Menomonee Park. It has more than 400 acres of parkland, and it boasts campsites, nature trails, and an archery range.
Oh,
also,
you don't want to mess up the nature trails and the archery range.
Yeah. Don't walk through an archery range.
No.
Folks.
No. Watch Brave.
Yeah. Also, fishing, sand beaches, and swimming. In a quarry. They have a quarry.
That's cool.
In the winter, it offers a sledding hill, ice skating, and trails for snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and snowmobiling.
That's super cool and not far from Milwaukee.
If I am thinking correctly, I believe that Menomonee Park is the one with the falls.
The actual,
yes,
waterfall
sort of thing. I believe so. But if you want to visit, maybe check it and double check it because I'm not sure actually if it was that one.
Please update us.
Nearby Kettle Moraine State Forest. Oh, sorry. Kettle Moraine State Forest contains some 17,000 acres carved into natural wonders by retreating glaciers.
I went there for a project.
There?
In college.
Yeah. Visitors can enjoy boating, fishing, camping, picnicking, swimming, and hiking. There's also Lake Michigan, a 30-minute drive away. Yeah. Yes, for boating, sailing, swimming, fishing, or large game fishing.
Oh? I like finding large games.
But not fish.
No. No. I am afraid of fish.
They had large games at Rockfest.
How good for you.
Yeah. Like a
They have wizards
pool
chess?
Soccer? No. Wizards chess? They have big chess.
We played pool soccer once.
Yes.
And it did not go well.
It's harder than pool.
Yeah.
They had a ginormous battleship.
Like the game?
Yes. Beer pong with garbage cans. Big red garbage cans.
And ping pong balls?
No. They have balls. Like, probably about a volleyball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice. And many others. There was, oh Lord. There was ladder golf. Giant ladder golf. It was so big. Okay. It's so big.
So big.
I saw a woman leaning on it. And I said, you see, you're supposed to wrap yourself around it.
Oh
And
my god.
she was like, I can't do that. But anyway, if you're looking for golf courses, the Fox River meanders through Waunakee Golf Course and creates water hazards on 7 of 18 of the holes.
Ooh, challenge.
Yeah. There's also Silver Spring Golf and Banquet Center, Rivers Bend, Arrowhead Springs Golf Club, Kettle Hills, Dretska Park.
Okay, that's why you paused.
Yeah, and Blackstone Creek, as well as North Hills Country Club. There's also the Old Falls Village Historical Park and Museum.
Ooh.
The park has a beautiful 17 acres. And the History Museum, of course, has wonderful exhibits.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We love a good history museum.
Mm-hmm. Unique boutiques, salons, and shops are all along the heart of downtown.
Boutique? Sorry.
There's always something to do in the summer. The falls boast beer gardens, free concerts, and the ever-beloved farmers market.
Oh,
I did look at their
farmers market, man.
Yeah, I did look at the Chamber of Commerce
Website.
schedule of events.
Oh, okay.
And they had a farmers market on Sunday and Wednesday
Okay.
that I looked.
Okay.
You know, those were just 2 days that I selected.
Yeah.
So there was also something happening, I think, on Monday or something like that. I mentioned the companies. There's big...
headquarters?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's big opportunity for work at big companies. The Kohl's headquarters is in Menomonee Falls.
I didn't even know that Kohl's was headquartered in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Well,
Makes
they were
me...
in 2013.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not
true.
sure.
It could have moved. It makes me wonder, how big is Kohl's? I think it's pretty
I don't
big.
know. How big is it?
Because I know it's a big staple in Wisconsin.
Oh, they're a huge chain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of
don't worry about
figured.
them. They're
Pretty big.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Nearby companies,
Mm-hmm.
not situated in Menomonee Falls, but nearby.
Mhm.
Harley Davidson, Johnson Control, Quad Graphics, and Northwestern Mutual.
Oh, the bank.
Yes.
Oh.
So if you're a little... Yeah.
Look at that. The bank.
Yeah.
You can put your money there.
Uh-huh. If you're looking for some, festivals, we love a good fest.
We love a good fest. Tell me which
And-
fest we're going to.
We are going to several.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go. The Falls Fest.
Falls?
Yeah.
Like Menomonee Falls. I
Yes.
see what they did there.
A community affair.
That's a different thing.
Yes. Cheery Cherry Fair.
That sounds adorable.
I think that's what I think.
really like cherries.
Yeah.
Cherries are good. Tasty. Cherry.
Falls.
Nice to meet you, my name's Haley.
Falls Harvest Fair.
Oh.
So there is a Falls Fall Fair. Falls
Uh-huh.
Harvest. Soon
Wait,
it would
what was the
happen in the
first one?
fall.
Falls
Falls Fest.
Fair? Falls Fest. Falls
Ah,
Harvest
yes.
Fair.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have the Jingle Bells Craft Fair
Jingle bells,
and the Pet Fair.
jingle bells, I want to
Jade.
pet your dog.
They have a pet fair. All right. And that is Menomonee Falls.
I love it. Okay, if you're from there or you've been there, please update us because we're still stuck in 2013.
Yeah.
We will have to make a trip over there. I'm scared of Milwaukee traffic.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. It did take us 2 episodes to get into freshwater surfing and Sheboygan. So,
yes.
and we only talked about freshwater surfing in Sheboygan. We didn't talk about anything else
Yeah.
in Sheboygan. But
freshwater
I'm sure we'll get to Sheboygan at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll have another call back.
Yes. All right. You ready, kid? I got some Burger King.
I think I am.
Burger King is calling my name. The Cricker Bing. Let's go.
All right.
Do you want an outro us, babe?
No.
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 And this has been Cheese, a healthy fruit.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to Cheese, a Healthy Fruit. Our cover art is by MJ Hennessey. Our theme song is by Melina Marchese. You can find her at melinamarchese.com. Follow the podcast on Instagram at cheese_a_healthy_fruit, Jade at Jade Powers with an extra S, and Cydel at Cydel Powers, spelled Cydel. If you have any questions or want to submit a story from your childhood, email us at cheeseahealthyfruit@gmail.com. Sources can be found in the show notes. You can find Cheese, a Healthy Fruit wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Subscribe to Cheese, a Healthy Fruit and leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcasting app. See you next time. Bye-bye.